In this video we are looking at the brand new DJI Osmo 360, DJI's first ever 360 camera. But is it any good and should you buy it? So it has taken DJI years to come out with their first ever 360 camera, but they have finally done it. Now 360 cameras have been around for a number of years and these make perfect travel cameras. And the 360 market has been dominated by Insta360 on their 5th version now. So how is the Osmo 360 going to compete with their first ever version? A full review coming up, the good and the bad on this 360 camera. Well, firstly, the actual design. So it's a completely different design than we're used to on the 360 camera. So it has this square design. It's also the lightest 360 camera at 183 grams, which means it's not a hassle to take around something like this with you. But it also has 1-inch sensors and the ability to film in 8K up to 50 FPS. It also has a ton more spec, so DJI, they certainly aren't messing around here with their first ever 360 camera. Now normally on 360 cameras they have a rectangular sensor, but this is the first we've seen with a 1/1.1 inch square sensor, giving it an f1.9 aperture. Now before we switch to the video test examples on here, it also has some extra spec as well. This has the ability to record in 10-bit, so no 8-bit, 10-bit, both in normal and my favourite colour profile, D-Log-M. It has 105 gigabytes of built-in storage, so if you get your memory card, that's going to help you out. And it also has Osmo audio, so if you have wireless DJI microphones like the Mic Mini, the DJI Mic 2, you can connect this directly to get wireless audio without the need for any cables. Now onto video quality, super important. This can record to 8K 50 FPS, 6K 60 FPS and 4K 100 FPS. Now I will show you several clips on the screen, but I think the video quality here looks great. Nice and sharp without it being too sharp, too overprocessed. You've got decent dynamic range, and the ability that you can capture 10-bit video is something that you just can't do on other 360 cameras. Shooting in D-Log-M, this is going to protect the highlights and shadows. You can then color grade this, add your own LUT, and then get fantastic video quality because of that D-Log-M. I think for video on here it looks brilliant. It also has a super night mode for low light video recording, so you can record 6K up to 30 FPS, 8K up to 24 or 25, and this will add noise processing and sharpening to give you much better quality when filming in low light. Now it's not just 360, this has 2 different modes. So you've got 360, which means it's going to be recording a full 360 view out of both of these lenses. All you can do is you can switch to single lens mode and use this like a traditional action camera. So it's only going to record out of the front lens or the rear lens. So you've basically got like 2 cameras in one. Now a lot of people would buy these 360 cameras or an action camera and use them in the most like adventurous way, jumping out of planes, could be jet skiing, really adventurous sports. And I don't do that. I use them in the most like boring, easy way possible, which is normally like family vacations, going on trips, mounting this to my vehicle, hanging outside of a window, just holding it on the selfie stick. And for me, I find that these are the best use cases for these, because for travel, taking a camera with you where you just don't have to mess around with all the settings, worry about the framing, the aspect ratio, all you literally do is hit record. And for that, these 360 cameras are completely unmatched. So what I really do love about these 360 cameras is that you don't have to worry about any framing, because it's recording from both sides of that camera. All you do is hit record and then you can decide afterwards exactly that framing. So in this fantastic location here, this is going to be able to pick up the rear view on this truck, and I can also swing it around afterwards in editing, and then you can see side on, front shots. It just makes life so much easier. So that certainly was a lot of fun, and you can see it's still on there. The tilter suction cup is also fantastic. So let's now get this and we're going to put it in a different area of the car. But this is what I just love doing with these 360 cameras. Now obviously you can use these in like a few different ways, but just having it mounted on top of the car like this, just to be able to get different shots. So normally if I was just using an action camera, I'd face it this way, I'd have to turn it face it that way, turn it face it this way to get different angles and shots. Whereas with something like this, because it's recording from both lenses simultaneously, you can then choose afterwards exactly where you want to show to that viewer. So that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to put it on the door here. So just get this wet and then get the suction cup and put that straight on. It's freaking boiling out here. And then with this, I can now adjust and get different angles. I do have to be careful because I don't want things flying up, hitting this camera. So let's just adjust it a little bit. It's like a side-on shot. Now if we go to the menus, We can do higher frame rates, so you can go to 4K, you have 100 FPS, 6K, 60, but 8K 50 is more than enough, and then ultra wide for that. Now what I do like about this as well, that you do have color profiles. So we've got D-Log M and normal, and these are both in 10-bit. So we'll keep that for D-Log M, and then we'll see how we get on now. And it's also decent because it syncs with the DJI Mimo app. So I've got the Action 5 Pro that's filming me now, but I can also connect to the Osmo 360, and then I can look at my phone and I can see this live preview exactly what this camera is seeing, so that's cool. Can also, if I want, I could change that framing now. But what I normally do with all of these 360 cameras is that I do all of that afterwards. So I just literally just mount it to something, I might put it on the selfie stick, hit record, and I don't even think about it. And that's what I love about these. So it does come with this selfie stick. So you've got a mount on the top of it. So just like the Action 5 Pro, it's magnetic. So you just attach it to the bottom. It has got a button on it, so you can just press that in and you can change the angles if you want a low or high angle. And just like what you've seen with other 360 cameras, this whole stick will become invisible. So you literally just hold this out in front of your head like I'll do now, and then you should be able to see like a wide angle shot of this truck in this area. And then I can go and change the angle afterwards. I can do different keyframes just by holding it out like this. And a good tip for you, make sure you're doing different moves with your arm. It just makes it in editing easier. So I've just got it straight for like a side shot. Different angles like this is all you need to do. And then in the editing afterwards, you just move it around. These 360 cameras are awesome. I love them. Okay, so first location, what a fantastic area to actually be testing this out. I love mounting this to the car, to the roof, to the side of the vehicle here, having it just holding it outside of the window. It's so simple to use. I think these are fantastic travel cameras. See, when you're on holiday or with your friends and family, you don't want to be worrying and stressing about getting certain angles, getting the different aspect ratios, thinking, right, I need to film in horizontal and now I need to switch it up and film in vertical. These take all of that stress away. That's why on every single trip or holiday that I'm going on, I always take a 360 camera, because I can just literally just mount it and hit record. It takes away all of that stress. Afterwards, when we get back to the hotel or get back home, or I'm just sat there chilling, I can think, oh, let's have a look back at that footage. And I can then go on and actually choose completely the angle. I can think, right, do I want it in horizontal or vertical? It films everything 360. And if you create online content, I cannot recommend a website like Motion Array enough. On-screen text effects, motion graphics, information like this, it all takes so long to manually create. Now, the great thing about Motion Array is that you have unlimited downloads to all of these different assets. So you can go on there and you can actually try anything you want unlimited times during that month. So you could do a split screen effect simply just by downloading this plugin, or you could do cinematic titles by choosing one of the hundreds of different titles that you have available. They're all drag and drop, and they honestly, for me as a video creator, saves me so much time. And on top of that, you've got presets, video templates, motion graphics, music, voiceovers, sound effects. And it's even better now because if you choose music or sound effects, it's going to then show you similar sounding tracks as well. This works for DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, and for video creators, this is highly recommended. If you want to go and check this out, I'm going to link it at the top of the description. And if you use my link, you're going to get an extra 2 months free added to your subscription as well. Now, similar to the DJI Action series, this also has a magnetic bottom to it. So what you do is you get this mount with it, and then you attach that to the bottom of the Action camera. And this then allows you to attach like the DJI selfie stick. This comes with it. So you just attach that on, that just screws to the bottom. But because this has that single lens mode as well, it has a button on here. So you press that button in and then you can change the angle. So I could have it like this. I could have it out in front of me and then use this as like a traditional action camera or a vlog camera. So instead of taking like a 360 camera and a Pocket 3 or a 360 camera and the Action 5 Pro, I could simply just take this. And I think the magnetic system is fantastic for switching to different mounts. This is so much faster than the thread screws we used to have. And it doesn't come off, it's super secure. You have to press both of these pins in for that to release. Now on the bottom of the 360 camera, there's also a 1/4-20 thread. So if you have like other accessories, it could be like a suction cup like I had on the truck, you can get this and you can just attach this to it with the 1/4-20 thread. So your choice is yours. You can either use the official DJI accessories or you could mount this to your own accessories with that. Now there will be more accessories as well for this coming out. There's that vortex mode as well. So you can use different DJI official accessories with this magnetic base mount to it, or you can use the thread mount. The choice is yours. But what's fantastic about this, just like the Pocket 3 and the Action series, you have 4 microphones on here. So if you don't want to use the actual camera to record the audio, then that's fine. But you can also integrate this with Osmo Audio. Now, one thing DJI do really well is that this has the integration with Osmo Audio, just like on their action cameras. So this completely pairs wirelessly with like the DJI Mic Mini, a fantastic tiny microphone. So now you can get wireless audio, which means you can get this full 360 view now in your location. But you're also not having to think, I need to be really close to that camera because I've got wireless audio. I can be really far away from this microphone, and because it's wireless, it's not going to affect the quality whatsoever. And this allows you to get some fantastic creative shots. I think this is one of the best things that DJI have done, this integration of Osmo Audio on their action cameras, and also this as well. And this is something that's just fantastic about 360 cameras. It gives you so many creative options that you just couldn't do with an action camera. So I can get like really close to here. I can even take you into the water and you're still hearing my voice completely clear. It's fantastic. And don't forget, you've also got this single lens mode as well. So you don't have to have the 360 view all the time. Literally you click one button and it will switch to single lens mode. So now I've still got this camera attached to the selfie stick. So I've got this super wide angle view. I can see myself clear on that screen. I've got the wireless audio. So you can decide, do you want that full 360 view, or do you want to have that view on just yourself? So you might be vlogging. This could be instead of an action camera or a Pocket 3, you could simply just take this, get really good video, but also have the 360 capabilities as well. So let's just say you've recorded all this footage on here, you've got back home, and now you want to go and customize this. How do we do so? Well, a couple of ways. You can actually use the DJI Mimo app. So within here, you can get, firstly, when you have this turned on, a live preview, so you can see exactly what this camera is seeing. You can also edit this, so you can fully edit all of your footage. So you can get the files, you can preview them and see them on here, and then you can customize that. You can add the keyframes. So all you do is literally get your finger, put it onto the screen, and you just move your finger left or right, up or down, and that's going to give you a different view from what this captured by capturing the full 360 view out of this camera. And every time you change that angle, you just hit the keyframe button. Super easy to do. Or if you want to sit on your laptop or your computer, you can get the DJI Studio app. It's going to give you a bigger timeline and makes just that editing experience a little bit easier. Now, one thing you do need to be aware about with cameras like this, filming in 8K, they're super small and compact, and it's to do with overheating. So cameras like this, does this overheat? Well, it's overheated on me. Now I was testing this in a few locations in America, and on that day it was 117 Fahrenheit. Pretty hot, 47 Celsius. And that is 2 Celsius more than its limit. And it reached its limit. I thought I was going to overheat first, but it wasn't me. It was a camera, and that's when it overheated. Now it did cool down after about 5 minutes and I could record again. But the idea with these is to actually keep motion. They're not meant to be just stationary like this and hit record. The idea is to be moving around. So you could be walking, you could be running, it could be attached to your bike, it could be on the selfie stick outside of a truck, it could be mounted to a suction cup where there's airflow. And in that situation, it never overheated. Now, since I've been back in the UK, it's not overheated. And when I was filming in America, if I switched to 6K or 4K, it didn't overheat at all or come close to it. It's just when it's filming in 8K because the device does get warm. And the other thing that's not fantastic on here is that 360 cameras, you do need to be careful because these lenses are like the main thing on this camera. If you get a scratch on these lenses, it means that you're going to see that on your footage all the time. Now this comes with a lens protector like this. There will be some additional accessories as well, but you do have to keep this on all the time. Now you do have like a protective pouch as well, like a travel pouch. This is good. The camera can go inside of here. The problem arises is when you're actually using this. These lenses on here, they can't be replaced like what they can on the X5. Now that is disappointing. It means that if you do have a scratch or a crack on here, you're going to have to send it back to get repaired. Now onto battery life, and this is great. So these come with the 1950 milliamp batteries, the same batteries coming from the DJI Action 5 Pro. So if you have these batteries on that action camera, you can use them on this 360 camera as well. And this will give you a runtime of around 100 minutes filming in 8K 30 with the screen off. These are fantastic batteries. If you get the Adventure combo, you're going to get 2 extra one of these. Comes a nice charging case, charges via USB-C. So battery life, I've been really impressed. Now, if you do like taking your action cameras underwater, you can take this down to a depth of 10 meters without the need for any protection or any covers whatsoever. So overall, really impressed with DJI's first ever 360 camera. Is it perfect? Well, no, it did overheat a couple of times. It would have been great to have some sort of replaceable lens option on it, but I do really like the video quality on here with that 1-inch sensor. I think it looks fantastic. The ability that we can record in 10-bit in D-Log-M, the integration with the DJI Osmo audio, so you can use the wireless microphones with this. It is a really good, powerful 360 camera. You don't just have to use it as 360, you can also use it in that single lens mode to use it like an action camera or a vlog camera. So it has a lot of advantages to this. Now, if you already have cameras like the X5, I wouldn't say go and get this because they are really similar. But if you don't have a 360 camera already, then this really is a fantastic choice. So I'll put the prices on the screen now for this 360 camera. It's going to be a few different versions. The Adventure Combo would be the one I would recommend just because you're getting those extra batteries, the charging case. It's going to give you more than enough for a full day's filming, and those batteries charge super fast as well. So I will link the Osmo 360 at the top of the description. Let me know if you've got any more questions or comments on this camera. I really enjoy reading those comments. And subscribe if you're new around here, because honestly, it's just getting so busy. That train is moving fast now, more and more coming out. And if you enjoyed any part of this video, just do me a favor, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. See you on the next one.